You're listening to M.T.V.B. Podcast. Movies, TV, video and board games. This show may contain swearing.
Hello, welcome to a brand new episode of the M.T.V.B. podcast, the podcast that talks about my four favourite subjects, that's movies,
TV shows,
video games,
and board games. I'm your host, Anthony, as well as most people know me as the Antman, and welcome. This week's episode, we're going to continue our series of talking about specific games from a very specific console. And I'm joined around the table with the guys that love to talk about specific games from a specific console. Introduce yourselves around the couch, please. Table even.
Hey guys, it's good to be back. Grey Fox in the building.
Woo, woo, woo. The video game guys here. Thanks for finally showing up.
and the recently rechristened Captain Two-List.
Woo, woo, woo.
Two-List.
In the building, guys. Thanks for being on the episode, as always.
Pleasure.
And G, good to see you again, mate.
Good to see you guys. It's been a while.
So let's do the usual then, and just a quick intro talking about our top fives. Let's start with you, because obviously you're the guy who's barely on the show nowadays.
Yeah. What's that noise?
Or sorry, mate. How's the list?
Well, most of them came like straight away. I had no struggle, but I had to take one big one out.
Yeah, because you're the massive Nintendo guy out of the three of us here. So yeah. I can only imagine this was the most difficult for you to do this.
I went with my initial feelings at the time, selecting the list. In doing that, I had to take one big one, which, without going into spoilers, arguably could be.
So know what the game is.
Could be one of the best games of the franchise. But I took it out for a reason.
Wow,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
So honourable mention for it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely. But I feel like there is a better version that came out maybe sometime, so
okay.
That's probably the best. But that's the only issue I had with it. Apart from that, everything just slotted in nicely.
Nice. Then let's go to our regular doctor in the building. The Captain Two-List, how are we, sir?
Very well, thank you very much.
And the list, how was it, mate?
GameCube was just not my thing.
No? But you still came on the episode, though.
So, I am a die-hard Nintendo addict. And I have, up to the Wii, I have had every single console.
Okay.
The GameCube, now I jumped on board with the GameCube very, very late because the N64 kind of ruled the roost in my house for quite a while. And we were still playing this well into the GameCube years. So I bought the GameCube 2003, 2004, something like that. This list has been the easiest list to make purely because I only ever owned 5 games for the GameCube.
No way.
So your top 5 is your 5 games you owned.
So it's the top 5 games that I owned.
That's cheating. I check.
I don't know what to
But
say,
did you
really.
play any out of that 5 at all?
I played. Oh, you mean other than the 5 that I owned?
That you owned, yeah.
Other people's houses, yeah.
Cool,
I did.
right.
But I thought I'll refine this list down to the ones that I actually owned. I enjoyed them. I shall go a little bit more in depth than I normally do with some of these because, they were enjoyable and they were naff, but they were mine and they were my 5.
To be honest, the roster of games for GameCube wasn't.
It was poor.
It wasn't that much if you compare it to PlayStation 2.
Well, the GameCube, I mean, we'll go into this a little bit in a few minutes, but the GameCube had the shortest run for any console out of Nintendo's roster.
Weird, didn't it?
Yeah, so literally before it even got into its stride, and it's a shame because I think it's a very, very, very good console. Looking back over some of these games, I'm looking at reviewing some of the graphics, and I'm thinking, actually, this actually kicked ass. It was a very good console.
Hands down, I'm going to say this. I think, and technically, I think it's a more powerful console than PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree with Gal.
Yeah, it was 100%.
Didn't need no adapter for 4 players or anything, did it?
Yeah, you took a multi-tab.
So, I made a little bit of a markup. We're going to be talking about our top 5 GameCube games of all time. But before we go into the normal questions, Howard is going to give us some interesting facts about the console itself.
Oh,
Let's have
well,
it, sir.
I thought I'll cover off a little bit of information about the GameCube itself. So Nintendo began developing the GameCube in 1998 after entering into a partnership with ArtX to design a graphics processing unit. So this is how the GameCube was born. This is how it was developed. The console was formally announced under the codename of Dolphin.
Yes.
No, I didn't know that. So again, during my research, this is one of those nice little fact tests.
Those were the rumours at school playgrounds. Oh, the next console's called Dolphin.
Dolphin, yeah. So the following year, it was released in 2001 as the GameCube. So 2001 was the birth of the GameCube. It was Nintendo's first console to use its own optical discs instead of ROM cartridges, which were supplemented by writable memory cards for save games. So not a new concept, but you're inserting those cartridges in order to be able to keep your saves. An interesting thing about its launch weekend, though, it sold out across stores in the US in its opening weekend faster than initial sales of its competitors, Xbox and PlayStation 2 at the time.
Wow,
So
okay.
The quickest out of that.
But America are ultimate Nintendo
they're
fanboys,
insane,
aren't they? So it's not surprising on that one.
It was discontinued in 2007 because the Wii was released in 2006, and that basically spelt it was the death knell for the GameCube because, as we've said prior to this, it was backwards compatible, the Wii, so it could accept the GameCube games. So therefore, there was no need for this lesser console to still be on the market, which is pretty much what happens every time they release a new console.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I talked about the fact that I wasn't a GameCuber. I went literally from the N64 into about a year or two of the GameCube straight into the Wii because the Wii and the N64 are kind of back to back for me. The GameCube just sort of appeared, disappeared, and then that was it. Hence the fact I only owned 5 games for it. It had an Ethernet and dial-up connection. What do you guys call the controller? Because I always called it the handlebar controller.
For some reason, Wavebird comes to my head.
Well, Wavebird was a particular sort of addition to... Yeah. So it was a model.
I can't remember the name.
What was the one that we had for the SNES?
I just call mine the annoying yellow analog stick.
I can't remember. But yeah, Wavebird was a version.
Like a chunkier version.
Yeah. And it had that
it was the Duke for...
It was the, yes, it
Nothing
was the
can be
Duke.
the Duke.
For GameCube.
Nothing can be the Duke.
But it was designed to kind of mimic the popularity of the PlayStation's controller. So it wasn't quite the same, but it looked pretty damn similar. So they were kind of riding off the wave of the PlayStation fame. I've already mentioned about the fact that discs were backwards compatible, but I thought
they were tiny though.
That was done
smaller
to
discs.
stop piracy, apparently, and it was like I think I can't remember 1.5.
But we have to. Wasn't this their first leap for the CD market as well? Wasn't it?
Yeah. And if you remember, around about the same sort of time, mini discs were coming into their own as well, and that
I freaking love mini discs. They were so cool.
It's not the same as the PSP, was it? That was UM something.
No, UMDs they were, and they were
yeah.
tiny than the.
To try to
Universal Media Disc or something.
something
Is that
like
what it was?
Yeah. Whatever happened to that guy?
Yeah. PSP. I do like PSP. Though. It was
a
good.
few little factoids there for you.
And
Nice.
also, like, it comes with a handle. Like,
It did. Yes,
It does. Yeah.
Comes with a
Yeah,
handle.
that's good. Well, that's going to be.
But I've never used it. I just left it like that. I've never actually. Just
Did you ever
carried
carry it from the handle? No, you just still pick it up like it was the.
Which is like a big burger.
Yeah, from Indiana Jones, but he just picks up the amulet. It's like that.
Oh, and also, did you know?
Oh wait, where is it?
So,
Give me a heads up next time.
sorry. So you know the classic, when you turn on the GameCube. The one
Yeah,
you
we had
played.
to start the
So
show.
if you hold down Z, there's a quirkier sound on it. Check
Oh,
this
does
out.
it?
Yeah.
I think it does that on the Switch as well,
Does
doesn't
it?
it? If you press it a certain amount of times, your screen comes up at a weird sound.
Did
you know that?
I didn't know that one. Now I do.
Right. So you mentioned it being released in Japan and North America. They were both in 2001, but we didn't get it until May of 2002.
No, correct.
In the UK. I mean, how weird of a leap was that? That was when imports were
like
still a thing then, weren't
A
they?
full on year.
Well, nearly 6 months, yeah. They had it before us.
I mean, yeah, that was so frustrating. I think Wayne has mentioned on a previous episode that the fact that went on for decades, and it's only
the import market.
The import market. It's only recently we now get dual release across.
This demand
territories
now for
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But it's weird how we had like movies and TV was all before. I mean, it was always before. We were always last to get it, weren't we?
I always remember RoboCop coming out of the cinema, and because it was such a big thing, and we wanted to see it, and we had to wait a whole year.
Yeah.
Before it would come out on VHS.
It's crazy.
Oh, man.
But just a little history with the console itself. Like you said, you had a few games for it.
Yeah, again, it didn't have a big impact on my gaming experience growing up, purely because, as I've already mentioned, I went straight from the N64 to the Wii. This was a very small sandwich filler for me in between those two consoles, which is a shame, really, because as Gail and I have already established, it was a pretty kick-ass console.
Some of the stuff are quality. And so I think even some of the remakes, I think even the original Zeldas were on it as well. You can agree now.
That was when remake was never a thing then, was it?
Well, it wasn't really a remake. It was just an import. But
you never thought of, they're going to remake a game.
Yeah.
I know they were doing it with movies at the time, but no one ever thought to do remakes of a game.
It's the thing. Remake this.
Yeah,
even stuff that we don't even need.
But what about you?
So I skipped out on the N64, as you know, if you listened to previous episodes.
Yes.
So this is my first, I could say probably the first Nintendo.
Because you were the PlayStation guy until this one.
PlayStation 2, and this is the first time.
But no, you were the Game Boy. You did have Game Boy.
Okay.
We had your Game Boy story. Go listen to that episode, by the way. Top 5 accessories.
So this is the first time where we had two consoles in the house. So we had a PlayStation 2 and a GameCube.
Nice.
Now we've made a systematic rotation. So my brothers would be playing upstairs. The PlayStation was solely with a big TV. The GameCube was on the CRT, the small one. But occasionally it will come down. But it was
the lesser cast.
Yeah. And then
when you want the full play split screen, you put it on the bigger telly.
Yeah. But even then, we still left it out there. It was just if someone come over, someone loser like Goku comes over, send him upstairs, Smash Bros or whatever. But yeah, this is my first sort of
introduction to
home Nintendo console, and I was so.
Look at you now. You practically have it tattooed on you.
I got it on my back.
Yeah. Oh, you got it.
Pointing down. No. Yeah, I think it has got a special home. I know. I don't think people rate it as much. The GameCube has a special place.
Yeah.
In my heart.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I had the Dreamcast at the time, and the problem was by the time the GameCube come out, Dreamcast was dying. It was in its second year, and it was already going. And then a friend of mine showed me one of his console around his house, and he had the small disc of Sonic Adventure 2, which obviously was on Dreamcast, wasn't it? But it was just so weird, a Sonic game on a Nintendo console. And I was just...
Was it Adventure 2 or both?
Adventure 2, yeah. And it's obviously the famous down the hill with the snowboarding thing. And I was just like, nope, buying it day one. Next day, I'm sorry.
That convinced you just because of Sonic?
Yeah, because it was just, like you said, there was nothing really coming out anymore for Dreamcast. Everyone knew it was going to go eventually. And then PS2 came along, Xbox came along.
It was a weird period for consoles, wasn't it? Because you had Dreamcast, it made such an impact when it hit, same as GameCube, but then a flurry of consoles just literally disappeared overnight, and then these absolute monsters took their place and have kind of remained in situ ever since.
Yeah. So that's my brief intro with it. Let's talk about the console itself. It was possibly one of the last ones to embrace the couch co-op side to it. I mean, it was the last one to have the 4-player port, and then obviously everything was Bluetooth remoted after that, wasn't it? So the handle I gather was to carry around to other people's homes and stuff as well.
I don't think no one used it. I want to know, I mean, who has used that? I don't know. You could put that as a question to the viewers. Or
it's one way of carrying it instead of putting it in a carry case, wasn't it?
How you going to carry it?
You walk down the street with it.
You get robbed. Look at me, man. Can you imagine that?
You get robbed in.
John Travolta carrying a pot of paint.
Hey, brother, is that a cube, yeah?
Give it here, we'll cut you up. But no, did you obviously utilise the multiplayer side to it? How I would say it was just about getting onto the internet side of it, wasn't it? And
that solely, I'm going maybe 60 to 70% was on multiplayer games. Obviously, I like my solo game, so I'll do it. But my brothers, you again listen to the previous episode, amount of hours and times we've spent on certain games, which I can't mention, might be on my list. Maybe find out soon.
We'll find out soon.
Yeah, but one thing I wanted to say as well, like if like I didn't know nothing about it, about when it, like you said, it was a year later. The only thing that got me to buy it was the images in the magazines there was one game, I don't want to mention the other one, Star Wars Squad Lead,
Squadron.
Rogue Leader.
Rogue Leader, yes.
If you look at even the pictures now or the graphics of that game, unreal. Like, but those were the first things I saw in the game. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting that. I was like, bang, and there was another one as well, but I don't want to mention.
Well, we'll get to it
I'll
soon.
tease it.
One last question. Did any of you have issues with the controller? We sort of mentioned it. Like, I hated the little, couldn't grip yellow analog stick part at the bottom of it.
I loved it. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah?
I loved it. I liked the look, and I didn't have any issues, to be honest.
It was unwieldy, but only because I had moved from the kind of the D-pad, and then we had the N64 controller.
Yes.
And then you went into this, and it was just, I don't know.
We'd gone from one analog stick to two, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think it was just one move too far for me, and I kind of wigged out a little bit. Now it's commonplace, absolutely. And you mentioned the Duke with the Xbox.
Yeah.
And now it's the norm. But yeah, I didn't get on with it. I think that was probably one of the things that also it stopped me from progressing a little bit further with GameCube.
No,
Weird, but yeah.
I just didn't have no issues. It was just
Oh, look at me.
no, honestly.
Well, Mr. La-di-da.
I'm joking, that's why, mate. But yeah, nice. I haven't got any more questions on that. If anyone else does, do you want to throw it in? If not, we'll go straight to the top fives.
Let's go for it.
Let's go to the top fives.
It's time for a top 5.
So for anyone who hasn't followed us on YouTube before, what we do is to determine who goes first. We roll a little D20. Whoever gets the highest wins, and we go clockwise from there. Should we let the guy with the winning streak still go first? What do you reckon? Or do you want to go first because you're barely here?
I'll tell you what.
No.
Go on.
Let's let the guest go first.
Go on. Our new D20, which is Jurassic Park Amber. There we go.
It makes no difference, my friend.
Copyright, don't.
Let's go. Come on. 6.
6, dude. Come on.
Come on, man. 10.
Get out. Look, guess who's going to win going?
Oh, 9.
Oh, I take it by 1. Wow.
The streak is over.
It's over.
God damn it. There's blood
To be
everywhere.
fair, it had reset, so.
So we'll start from me and go clockwise. So you'll be last. You okay with that? Or do you want to go reverse?
I'm good.
Okay.
That one?
You want to go last?
Yeah.
All right, we'll make it. We'll go. Okay. 2 things before we start the top 5, guys. First off, we have done previous consoles for this before on this series. We have gone from our Nintendos to our PlayStations to our Xboxes. Please go back and give those a listen or watch, because some of them were watched. But the majority of them are audio only, but please go back and listen to them if you enjoyed this episode. And there are 625 games in total. So if we don't mention your Nintendo GameCube game, bollocks to you. You should have been on the episode. Number 5.
Number 5.
Starting with me, wasn't it? Right.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 5. Let me get to my notes. I'm going to be reading a lot of my notes on this one because it's been a while since I played these games, guys. My number 5 is Metroid Prime.
Ooh.
Now, I never knew that this was the 5th installment of Metroid games. I only thought there was 2 on the NES,
If you
and then
counted
one
the
on the
GameCube
SNES.
one?
The GameCube
I mean,
one,
sorry, Game Boy.
yeah. Again, I forgot about Game Boy and stuff, but yeah, the 5th.
It was a 4th.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's 2 in the SNES.
2 on the SNES.
And
No,
the 2
1
on
on the SNES, 2 on the NES, and 1 on the Game Boy, isn't it?
I know I put original Metroid on some of my earlier picks for some of the early consoles, but 5th?
The 5th one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Again, never knew this. Again, when you go back and look at it.
Fusion on the Game Boy Color, and then one more. I can't remember the name.
That might be more then. But anyway, Metroid Prime. Why have I picked Metroid Prime? The reason I picked this is because it was a total transformation to the franchise itself. We were so used to the whole 2D side-scrolling Metroid style, or what they call it, Metroidmania.
Vania.
Castlevania, Metroid, all in one.
Metroidvania.
Yeah, Metroidvania all in one. but the fact that it was actually done in first person this time around, they actually completely changed and reinvented the whole game itself, but still kept it to its core of the sci-fi alien suspense thing for a Nintendo game. And when you think of Nintendo, you think cute, cuddly Mario, Donkey Kong, all that sort of stuff. So when you get Metroid, you sort of you don't think about aliens.
It's a lot darker.
Very much darker.
Hard as hell. That
So story-wise, it takes place on a planet of Talon 4 where Samus discovers that he... it's like some space pirates are smuggling, biological experiments, isn't it? So she goes in on a mission to obviously stop him and take him out. But it was the fact that it kept... So in the originals, I was never really a big Metroid fan from like the NES onwards. I believe this NES one was really good, but I just never got into it.
It's a game that doesn't hold your hand because you kind of have to go through stages, and then you'll find
you've got to be patient with it, haven't you?
Yeah,
as well.
You find a block wall, and you're like, oh, okay, and then you get a power up, and then okay,
now,
and then that game is transformed into 3D. And it's like, what
is that?
It was very much like boot camp, wasn't it? It wasn't going to let you win easily. Like your way through.
No way. And this one does the exact same thing, but I just love the fact that it's through first person of Seamus. You can actually see Samus. You can actually see the arm, the lenses. Everything is scannable and everything.
There's something weird and awesome about scanning stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, it's addictive, isn't it? It's like there's probably no need for it, but
it's okay.
But it's the fact that like the doors need to be shot open and stuff like that as well. And then obviously Samus goes into the ball as well, and the controls for that were much better with the analog stick because you could do it in the originals, but with the D-pad, I felt it was a bit janky to be honest. But it was just so nice and smooth and actually moved like a ball would do. Like you just to go through events, go out and for another one and stuff. Just so revolutionary for its time and such a graphically updated game on a small box. Like you mentioned about the Star Wars game earlier, how that
on the little tiny disc,
on that small little thing as well. But I remember seeing the advert for this, like a 30-second commercial for it on used to be on TV, and there was like the boss in that was in like a massive container capsule test tube looking thing in it, and I was just like, I need to play this. That looks absolutely insane. But yeah, I didn't realize because again, I'm never a big fan of Metroid as well. But I played this, but I didn't realize it was part of a trilogy as well. There was a couple more after this as well.
The Prime trilogy,
and I kind of feel bad because when I was redoing this and when I played this, I feel I want to go back and play the other two now. So hopefully, if they come out on the Switch too or something, I might actually give those a go. But
it's just a frustrating game because you get to a point and you're like, you have to do something here, but because you haven't unlocked it, you spend 5-10 minutes just exploring and finding out what do I do, and then you have to go off and come back, and by the time you carried on, you've forgotten about it. And you're like,
and this is before you could have hints or anything like that. So you literally had to figure it out for yourself.
It's a frustrating game, but it's so cool.
So cool. But that's all I can really say on that one again. But I need to go back and play the other two now. I'm kind of gutted. I found out it was a trilogy.
And there's a new one coming out.
There is a new one, which was like how many years in the making?
I don't know. We're waiting for years for this. It's coming out
bit
soon.
Like GTA 6.
Well.
But yeah, that's all I got to say on that. Metroid Prime is my number 5. Over to you, Miguel.
My number 5 is a remake, which I think personally this game does not need a remake. It should have been left alone. But
I know this is.
It has to be because it's. I think before we go, another thing we didn't mention about the GameCube was they didn't have an adult-y type of game. GameCube and Nintendo is always like considered like
it's quite light.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
So I think there's quite a few games that have come out on the GameCube, kind of where people were like taken back. One's this one I'm going to mention. Not an awful lot of gore and stuff, but it kind of wasn't an adult themed sort of. Not adult, like older players. This was called Metal Gear Solid Twin Snake.
Nice.
And
I honestly thought this would be higher on your list. I knew it was going to be on there.
No, the thing is, like, me personally, I don't think the game. I think it's good as it is, but I'm happy that I got this. It's like, but I'll go into the game. Basically, it's retelling of the whole game of Metal Gear Solid 1. That was on the PlayStation. They redone it
7 years later, wasn't it?
7 years later to PlayStation 2 graphic with Metal Gear Solid Sons of Liberty. to that standard. And part of me is a bit disappointed with it, and part of me not, because they kind of go over, like, so when the interaction between the characters happen, it's like they go OTT with it. It becomes like an action scenes, which those things didn't happen in the actual game. But thinking back of it now, I was like, you know what, that was actually pretty cool. And, you know, seeing it in a better graphics compared to not nowadays graphic, but a PlayStation console, I think it's absolutely, you know, a must. As a fellow,
you're a Metal Gear nut, so
yeah. And
that's why I was thinking this was going to be a lot higher on your list,
because it wasn't as strong as I think. Like it wasn't. Didn't have Kojima's touch on it. I don't think he worked on it. It was another third company and third party company and Nintendo that worked collaborated.
And it's exclusive still to the console,
still,
isn't it?
It still does the reading of your memory cards with Psycho Mantis. Everything on the first banger as an original Metal Gear. It has everything, but it's just got added stuff with it. If you almost like a director's cut. If you wish, but without Hideo's magic.
Yeah.
I think if he were to have, I don't know why, it's weird. I don't know why he didn't get involved in it, but
probably busy dealing with 3 and 4, to be honest, at the time.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think it can be higher, but I think
he must have got given him some sort of blessing for it to be done, though.
Yeah. I think obviously at the time he didn't own it, did he? It was Konami, so they must have been like, oh fuck, could you? Which they eventually did.
If we give Metal Gear 3 and 4, then don't worry about it. Just sign here, you'll be fine.
But I mean, is there any more to say about Metal Gear Solid? I mean, I must have said.
Well, if you go back and listen to our other episodes, guys, you know full well how much this man loves Metal Gear.
But
I mean, you literally had a Metal Gear sound introduced you in. So.
That's mine, number 5.
Nice, sir. Over to you, Howard. Number 5.
Well, I'm going to introduce these in the order that I actually bought and played them.
So your number 1 is the last one you picked.
No thought went into this whatsoever. From 2002, it's Die Hard Vendetta.
Oh, okay.
Did any of you play this game?
No, I'm thinking of Die Hard Arcade on Saturn. No, I didn't play Vendetta. No,
so Die Hard Vendetta. It's kind of the spiritual part 4. It's the 4th installment to the franchise before 4.0 came along. And
right.
It's very cinematic. I am an avid fan of Die Hard, so this is the reason that I just went out straight and bought this game, because I got the console secondhand. This wasn't bought brand new.
Okay.
So I had no games with it, and I had to go and find and source my own games. So there was no real recommendations. Nobody else had this console to begin with when I first got it. So I went out and I sourced what I believe was going to be that next big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Die Hard Vendetta. First-person shooter. So he plays John McClane, obviously. All the usual tropes are there. He's wearing his white shirt. Sergeant Al is present. Reginald Vell Johnson, who played Al in the films, he's reprised his role. So he's voicing the character. It takes place, I think it's meant to take place about 2 or 3 years after Die Hard with a Vengeance. And in the storyline, he's taken a little bit of time out of the LAPD. He's returned, and now you find that his daughter Lucy has taken up the mantle of a police officer within the force. So within the confines of the story, basically, John McClane's daughter is attending this unveiling of a long lost painting at this museum in LA, and it gets stolen, and the son of Hans Gruber is involved.
No.
Yeah.
So is it, not only was his brother in it, now his son's involved
absolutely.
in it.
Is it like actually like does it actually, you know, like is it actually part of that universe, or is it just like, oh, you know, we just
like I say, it's kind of the spiritual 4th installment.
Okay.
Obviously the 4th film came along several years later,
So it gets negated now.
It gets sidelined. But
Okay.
at the time, it literally was what you wanted as a Die Hard fan. And it was really enjoyable. Yeah, so basically, Hans Gruber's son, Pietro, I think his name's Piet, whatever. It doesn't matter, Gruber Jr.
Not the typical German name or anything.
No, totally not. No, so he's involved in this theft, and it all basically kicks off from there. And it starts. McLean's watching this on TV. Oh God, what was the name? Dick Thornburg. So the reporter from the previous two films, the first two films, he's present.
He comes back.
Yeah,
Wow.
Dick Thornburg. Yes, you got Al, Dick, John McClane.
Al's in it as
Gruber.
well.
Yeah. So he's kind of like he's in the background, feeding you information throughout the course of the game. But the game itself, I mean, the reason that I picked it, and you're going to notice a theme throughout virtually all of these games.
They're all first-person shooters.
They're virtually all first-person shooters. I love GoldenEye.
Yes, yeah.
And this
You're trying to recapture that in the game. There isn't any.
You can't. I've tried it 4 times on this list.
No.
You can't recapture the glory days of GoldenEye.
You can't.
Mind you, 4-player split-screen Die Hard game would be pretty cool.
that would
I'm not
be
going to lie.
awesome.
Yeah, I'd be up for that. Sign me up.
It basically starts like a motion picture, and like I said, he's taken a bit of time out of the LAPD. He's returned to the LAPD, but you're given a tutorial at the beginning. So you go into like the back rooms, the training facility, and there's a police officer there, the armourer, who is basically leading you through a little bit of a tutorial. It takes about 10 minutes if you do it in full, which types of guns and grenades and all the type of kit that you're going to use throughout this game, because it's a bloody long game. So you run through the tutorial, and then you suddenly realise that this whole scenario is playing out, and he makes his way to the museum. To explain it beyond that point is probably it's pointless, because it's
Just guns and bangs.
guns and
more guns.
More guns, more bangs. The amount of men that Gruber has employed for this one heist, just to make a little bit of cash, it's stupid. But it was an enjoyable game.
It sounds like John's wet dream. I'm not
Oh
going to lie.
yeah. Well, do you know what? I actually looked to see if you could if it was backwards compatible, because it released it on Xbox, and just see if we could get it for Xbox X. You can't.
Oh, what, really?
No. But I think it was on PC.
I can't remember this game at all. I have to look this
I remember
up.
the word Vendetta, but I think I remember it for another game. Vendetta rings a bell.
But it was just good fun. You played as your hero, and when you're first introduced to the character of John McClane, like I say, first person, so he's literally standing there and he's giving you all of this before you put a gun in his hand, and then it's this balls to the wall action after that. It runs through several scenarios. You've got the police training facility, there's a museum, Hollywood Boulevard, Chinese cinema, LA subway, the police department, film studios, correctional facility, tuna factory, warehouse, Nakatomi Plaza, and the Holmes Observatory.
They went all out for this one.
They did, and like I said, it played out pretty much like a Die Hard film, which is what made it enjoyable. I never completed it. I was just there for the guns and the action and John McClane.
Was there like cutscenes?
Yeah, plenty of cutscenes. And this is what I was saying right at the top of the podcast. Xbox. I'll start again, shall I? GameCube actually produced some pretty damn nice looking games, and this was one of them. There's a few better first-person shooters that were released after this that as the years progressed, the graphics got better.
It wasn't like drastically better, but there was something about it that was more crisper, more nicer to look at. That's what I think.
When you look at GoldenEye, it was very blocky. It's all we had at the time. And then you move on to a game like this and you realise that the characters are a bit more refined, the mouth moves, there's talking, there's a bit more mocap that's probably been involved in this. Yeah, they spent the money, they got the quality out of it, they pushed it as far as they could at the time. But no, just a nice looking, enjoyable game. Like I said, I didn't complete it.
Yeah. Now, I'm kind of jealous because during those periods and even now sometimes I neglect, I think I've mentioned this to you before, I neglect movie games for some reason. And I'm trying to go
around
back
that era. Movie games were actually good. They weren't just like the cash grab thing.
I miss so many of those.
It's weird how they never actually made the movie like that game as well. But then again, if it's like, we killed his brother. Now let's get his son involved.
Yeah, it was a bit cheesy. It was too obvious, which is why I'm glad that when the fourth installment came along, it was just something completely different. But this would have made a good film. I think it was a good enough story.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Die Hard Vendetta. Check it out.
Okay,
if you can.
If you can. Then let's go to the number 4s.
Number 4.
So my number 4 is going to be the first Clash of the night, and it's going to be Metal Gear Twin Snakes. Just pretty much repeating what you said. So I looked into this a little bit more because this was one of the ones It wasn't the reason why I owned a console. There's a game later that was the reason for it, but I never knew this remake was happening. And I was
came out of nowhere.
And I was working at Blockbuster at the time, and it was just there one Friday because video games come out on Fridays back in the day, and it was just there. And I'm like, all right, maybe this is like VR missions or something or whatever. And then when I actually got the hold of the box, and it was like, no, legit full remake of the PlayStation Classic. I'm like, holy shit, stop everything.
Yeah.
I need to buy this. I need to go home and play it. I love the first one. I remember when the first one came out, day one I bought it. And to redo and replay this from start to finish with complete new graphics, new cutscenes, new mechanics, like you said.
Action-packed, to be honest.
And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go back and look at these because I didn't realize the Metal Gear community. This is like the most hated Metal Gear game of all time,
it's
according to GameSpot.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Very controversial.
And then I went back and looked at some of the cutscenes. Like you said, Hideo Kojima had no touch on this at all, but they are over the top compared to the first one. He does all these flips. He tries to kick Metal Gear.
Yeah,
it's just like
it's very like over the top. But if you look back now, like it's actually pretty.
But the I don't think it deserves to be the most hated one.
This is why I started. Was it doesn't need to have the a remake and go.
I think it did in a way. I mean, I still want a proper up to date remake of number one.
No, I think it's
no, dude. Honestly,
I don't think so.
I do. I mean, but to carry on with the rest of the good points to it, they did, copy it bit for bit.
Yeah, the story.
The runes were there. Nothing had changed, and then there were no hidden secrets that weren't already there. And then the cutscenes were just over the top. Though the graphics were. He does to do like a double, and then Solid Snake flips every video as well, whatnot.
That's what I remember most of it. I was like, why is he?
And I believe a couple of the boss battles had changed as well, but I think Revolver Slot scene was changed.
Well, the tank. Oh,
Revolver Slot, yeah. I think that one changed, but plus it was the first one I knew that had 2 discs inside it as well, but. I didn't realize at the time that they actually re-recorded the audio as well for that game.
I wasn't aware.
No, I thought it was straight off the original, but it's not. They done it from scratch. So new cutscenes, new voice acting, and everything was involved in it.
I should just leave it.
So I'm saying there was a lot of effort put into this.
But
and you're still like poo-pooing it.
No, I'm not poo-pooing it. I still feel like they should have left it alone, but I'm happy with it. I'm not like, when you said that it's the most hated.
No.
I would say it's
Metal Gear Survive's the worst one.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Thank you.
I didn't even touch that piece of shit.
Thank you, mate. Yeah. Give me some.
That doesn't even deserve an MGS title on that.
Yeah, but then they were more kicking off about the first-person side to it as well.
Yeah.
I think that could add to it quite well. I mean, people utilised it in Metal Gear 2. Why not the first one?
Yeah. I think if you at the time it was hated on. I think if you look back at it now, I think you would just say it's a cult classic. And and if you actually generally just think of it as a separate entity that Hideo didn't. I think it's the love of Hideo, and it doesn't have his touch on it. I think that's what it brings everyone's like,
Right, so let's throw a little conundrum in there. So if it was the exact same remake, but it had Hideo's name on it,
everyone will love it. I would love it.
Yeah, it'll be number 1 on your list.
You wouldn't have Solid Snake doing
kick Metal Gear.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It will have the craziness of Hideo Kojima, but it wouldn't have the nonsense. Like it's before you even said it. Like what I remember of that game was like, why is Solid Snake always doing flips?
Yeah,
like do you know what I mean?
Every cutscene he does
and
it.
It's always like, but you know what? I love the game. Like, that's why it's on my list.
Yeah, but yeah. That's mine. Yeah, I can't get more because you've already said most of it. But yeah, my number 4 is Metal Gear Twin Snakes.
Nice. My number 4. This is so this should be a lot higher, but I'm gonna put it on 4. Basically, this is the reason. This is the image I saw first of a GameCube game, and I saw it in the images in the magazines, and I was like, whoa, this looks unreal. This is I've never seen anything like this before, and plus I never played the original when it came out on the PlayStation, and that game is Resident Evil 1 remake on the GameCube. Yeah,
the first remaster. Yeah, of number 1.
There's something about this. Okay, back then, the whole game is basically like it's locked camera, still camera,
but it was a proper full-fledged remaster.
That's it. Yeah,
yeah.
It's not even like a remake or anything. It's like detailed character, and every character was like I said. I've never seen details on a character in any game like that.
Well, I never played this version, but I saw the stills in magazines.
If you look at it now, even now,
it stands up. This is what I was saying about the fact that even with like this Die Hard game, the graphics and the characters, they looked so much better, and it had moved on. And this game looked
nothing
nice.
on the PlayStation. Like I would say, PlayStation's CGI, apart from Final Fantasy CGI, separate to gameplay graphics of a Final Fantasy character compared to the detail and look of this character of Chris Redfield, nothing. I think it's the best looking graphics. You can probably now I can understand why it's so powerful and looking and much better looking than any other, because I didn't understand how pre-rendered background worked.
Yes,
I thought that was all graphic back then. I didn't. Silly me. It's like, oh my god, look at the back. It's quite cleverly done.
But you don't think of that at the time playing it.
I didn't think about all those things. But I loved the whole way designed. I always thought, oh my god, I'm weird like that. I just like the background drops. Even so you've got the background and you have the window move or something in outside.
Or the corridor where you know the dog's going to come through. But which windows are going to come through?
That bastard come through. But those, I got to say, graphically, undeniably the best graphics on GameCube. I think anyway.
Yeah, because so everyone knows I'm terrified of sharks. We always talk about never sit between a natural ball. But do you remember the original part with the shark in it? You're just in a corridor with water sort of filled up to your knees, and there's sharks that chase you. Whereas in this one, you're literally above the tank that holds the shark in it.
Yes.
In the laboratory.
Yeah.
Shits me up big time in the remake. And then you go under to pull the valve and stuff, and it tries to smash through the window. Good God, man. Absolutely terrifying. But
I think the lickers freak me out in this.
They're not in this.
No. Is it the claw thing?
You've got the claw.
That's it, yeah.
That's a new... See, I was about to say...
That wasn't in the original.
No, so they've added a couple of elements to that. So that is like when the zombie sort of aggro, they get mad, and then they get a bit more vicious, whatnot. And then you had, what's her name, Tracy, the one that's all in the bag, and she's got the eye that pops out. I can't remember her name.
I can't remember.
But she's a character that was never in the original, and they added her to this. And she was in the recent film of Welcome to Raccoon City or whatever it was. And the problem I have with Resident Evil Remastered, this is why it was not on my top 10, the top 5 list for this, is that everyone thinks that this is Resident Evil.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's not.
Isn't it a different character in the original? Is that?
That's the thing. She's not in it, full stop.
Oh, okay.
And the story is still pretty much the same. Still works around the core of the original, but it's just the fact that gamers, new gamers today think that this is it. They don't even think of there was the PlayStation 1 version. Excuse me. And it really aggravates me.
To be honest, as a Resident Evil fan,
why is it called remaster if it's not?
Yeah. I never played the Resident Evil 1 on the PlayStation.
Right.
Then it's weird why you're saying it. I think of that as
that's what I'm saying. Well, there we go.
I still remember the cutscene where they all run, the helicopter crashes and they're all running.
What?
Helicopter! And then the dogs are chasing it. Oh man, it's all.
No, see, I remember.
Does that not what happens in the original?
Yeah, but in the PlayStation 1 version, it was with real actors and stuff, and they actually filmed it like a movie. But no, I can understand they did with some of the dialogue. And do you remember the dialogue in the original one? Because there's a scene where the ceiling comes down and you're trying to get trapped, and they're like, Barry's like, "Oh, that was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich."
It was a bit hokey, but I mean, it fitted at the time.
But it fitted so well at the time. It's brilliant. But no, some of the bosses are redone. Like the snake in the original is done. It looks way more deadly in this version. And I
get confused. But can I do a 2 list? Because I like this one and Resident Evil 0.
Please.
The 0 as well. So I get confused.
So I think we need to establish that these were both at the time exclusives for this console, weren't they?
Yeah.
0 and
I don't know if it came out at the same
remaster.
time. But
no, remaster was first in 0.
Yeah. So when I think of Resident Evil, I think of Resident Evil this one, and I get confused with 0 because I quite like 0.
Well, 0's the prequel to that, isn't it?
And that's also when you were talking about the snake. It had a snake boss in there as well. So I get
And the scorpion on the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That train scene's amazing. You know, when he gets up on the top. Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But go back and look at that CGI, man.
It's very well connected, Zero.
Yeah.
Very, very well connected.
So good.
When they fight the EM boss,
yeah,
but it's all underneath the mansion. It's like, God, man, it's so good.
And partly the reason I selected this one over the famous 4, because I quite miss these sort of survival horror. Where it's not like behind the camera, third person. It's locked. Like
so you can't move your camera.
I know it's outdated, but there's something about it. Like
the more sense of dread, isn't it? Because you can't look around that corner, or you can't wait for that dog to smash through the screen. You have to continue.
It has its flaws because sometimes when you turn around, you have to readjust the controllers in your hand. Like it's like But I think it's a beautiful game, and I think I want more of that now. I'm looking for those type of games where I think there's one like recently at Tormented Soul that gives me this vibe. So and that's one of the reasons I picked this one out. Would
you like to see it be remade again, but with the recent RE engine, like Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4? They've just been redone, haven't they?
I'm surprised they haven't done it.
But this is what I'm saying. This would be the second remake of it if they did it. So
I like this one. I like how it was.
Yeah.
I like I said, I prefer that sort of. As much as I love all the remakes.
Dude, if they put 0 and 1 into one remake.
Oh yeah.
Come on. That'd be good, right?
Call it Resident Evil 021.
021.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I wouldn't say no to it.
No.
I wouldn't say no to a remake for the first one. But it's just the question: why haven't they done it yet?
Yeah. Find out.
Maybe soon.
Nice.
And they need to do Veronica. Probably that's the next one.
That's the next one they should do. 100%. I'm with you on that.
And it's also on GameCube.
It was, it was the Dreamcast Classic.
Yeah, but it's pretty much all the games of Resident Evil 1, 2, Code Veronica. It's on
2 and 3, the originals are on GameCube as well, aren't they? Yeah.
And 3.
That's what I said, 2 and 3 are on there, yeah.
Yeah, that's my...
Nice.
Yeah.
Howard. Number 4, so number 4, first-person shooter.
yeah. Well, third-person shooter.
Third-person
shooter. We're still following in the vein of trying to go back to the halcyon days of GoldenEye. I nearly got it right with this one, and this one, again, is a very, very attractive-looking game, and I think it's probably the best-looking game out of my small selection of GameCube games. Very much showcases how advanced this console actually was. From 2005, we've got James Bond from Russia with Love.
Oh, yes. This was good. This was actually a good...
yeah, I mean, it was EA Games. It was EA Games before they lost the franchise to Activision.
Right.
So it was produced in 2005, and then 2006, Activision got the license, and then they moved forward with a lot of the James Bond games. But it was loosely based around the original story of From Russia with Love. It follows the storyline, but it throws in some new elements.
Yes.
I mean, you've got there's the jetpack from Thunderball. There's the DB5 Aston Martin from Goldfinger. So films that have come afterwards were sort of incorporated into it, but no detrimental effect. It didn't affect the gameplay. In fact, it enhanced it a little bit.
It was weird they picked that one of all the Connerys.
Do you know what's really funny is that on a previous podcast we did James Bond theme tunes.
We did, yes.
And I
go back and listen to the episode.
Go back and listen to it. And I stuck From Russia with Love on there by Matt Monro.
That's right.
Now, not only was that a decent theme tune, but I also rated From Russia with Love as the best Sean Connery film.
Okay.
Yeah, for each Bond, I have a different favourite film.
You have a favourite,
And From Russia with Love, all day long, purely because of the storyline. So when this landed, I was like, oh, that's amazing. This is my favourite.
So you were like...
Favourite Connery story, yeah. And 22 years after he'd last played James Bond, he reprised the role and voiced the character within this game.
Way.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
For the game, he came back.
For the game, he came back. And he sounds
same dialogue? Or...
adapted for the story.
I'll say if they could just take it from the movie if it was just the same one.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, man. I didn't know Connery was that kind of guy for video games.
See what I'm saying? I miss these games. I completely miss movies. Apart from one James Bond games, I think Tomorrow Never Dies.
I never played that one.
It was on the PlayStation. I was like...
Did you ever play Everything or Nothing?
No.
That was a good one. That was not like a Bond movie, but... They basically made a Bond game of their own movie.
On the PS3?
I think it was PS2 and Xbox.
Yeah, I think
Shannon Elizabeth's in it. As well.
it was completely off the a game on itself, not
It was its own game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's really
I played
cool.
it,
It's
yeah.
got its own opening scene. Sorry, Howard.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. This one was played across 14 levels with 4 bonus levels that you could unlock. So it kind of had elements of GoldenEye within it. The story, as it progressed, you could unlock these sort of bonus elements to it. But it stuck pretty faithfully to it. It was just with an upgraded sort of modern spin on it. And yeah, I just thought, it was just a good-looking game. Very, very shooty. Very, very heavy on. There were chase sequences, so as well as foot shooting, you also had to drive the DB5. There was a speedboat chase. You flew the jetpack, things like that. It made it made it enjoyable. One of the most comical elements of this whole thing was that they couldn't use the name Spectre, so the name of the secret organisation that was sitting in the background of Bond. Purely because, again, of Thunderball, there were the rights issues with Thunderball that's been going on for decades and decades. They couldn't use it, so Spectre became Octopus. Which I thought, okay, because the Spectre logo is kind of like a Hydra.
But that's in the recent films as well. Is it the
Spectre came back, yeah. So Blofeld, when it is unveiled that Blofeld was the author of your life, James Bond. It was Spectre that was sitting behind the whole thing at that whole time. But just a great game. Great looking game, and it just still didn't come quite close to GoldenEye, unfortunately.
And it was a Bond film as well.
Did it have multiplayer as well?
Offline multiplayer.
Yeah.
But you did say it was third person, so it's obviously not going to have the GoldenEye aspect to it if it's not first person.
No, and I think that was the one thing that I couldn't quite reconcile with. So that's where the games like Die Hard got the edge on it.
I think like the consoles at the time weren't ready for these type of games. I mean, could you imagine like this game made now? Like look at Indiana Jones, a recent one, how they've done that. Could you imagine a recent James Bond done in that sort of vein?
It would look absolutely
like all the gadgets intense. You know what I mean? So I think it's a shame. Like as good as some of these games are, but I think they came out of an era whereas. Like it's like it's just shooty. It's just like how much can you do of that, and then they'll be like maybe a level where it's just like a chase scene, and they'll go back to shooty, and then do you know what I mean?
It repeats itself time and time and time again. This it looked better, it played better. It was very responsive. That was one of the things that I found with this game is that whereas some of the others were quite clunky, and coming off the back of the N64 and the original PlayStation, I never played PlayStation 2. That wasn't my thing. But yeah, I just found with the GameCube, especially this game in particular. This is probably the most played game out of this list. Yeah, purely because.
But it's only number 4.
And it's only number 4. Yeah. Well, no, I'm just doing it in the order that I played.
Yeah, sure.
It was just great, and you still got to battle sort of enemies like Red Grant and Rosa Klebb, and there was added elements to it. So there's I don't know if you know from Russia with Love, but at the very end of the film there's a train sequence where Red Grant is hiding in like a cupboard or the room next door, and he fights him and he knocks him off the train, all this sort of thing. He doesn't quite die. And there's a scene right at the end in Spectre's sort of underground lair where he comes back and he's got a laser, and it was insane, but it added to the fun of the game. And this is one of the ones that I did complete.
Did it have like a cheap mode with big head and all that?
No, unfortunately.
That's a classic mode back in the day.
But I'm with
Donkey Kong mode.
Yeah, I'm with you, G. I think if they did a version of a game like this now,
unreal. I think James Bond is asking for an Indiana Jones. Come on, what's it called? What's the company that did Indiana Jones, a recent one?
Oh God,
Bethesda.
No.
It's the recent one.
Bethesda,
Isn't it done by the guys that did Wolfenstein?
Oh, yeah, but Bethesda Machine Games. You're talking about.
Games. Yeah. Come on, take James Bond.
That'd be fucking cool.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Awesome.
It's a perfect.
Wait, you played Indiana Jones?
It's soon. It's happening.
You heard it here first, guys.
I think I'm going to fall in love with it. All right. But I hate the films.
What?
That's just to wind you up, man.
I need to stop falling for that shit.
I'm going to save the world with a whip.
Totally.
And he does it 5 times.
It does it.
Anything else on from Russia with Love? Nice. Let's go to the number 3s.
Number 3.
All right, back to me then. Number 3. My number 3 has kind of been taken, but it hasn't actually been clashed. It was mentioned. My number 3 is Star Wars Rogue Leader. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I put this on here. I'm going to go with the first one, which is what Gal was saying about the graphics for this little box of a console. If anyone doesn't know what Rogue Squadron is, it basically takes place between the original trilogy and pretty much every space battle or vehicle battle that is involved in those movies is in this game. From on top of the Death Star to Hoth and to a couple of other X-Wing fights. But does anyone remember? So I used to, where we live, there used to be an arcade center called Downtown USA, and they would have an arcade, Star Wars the arcade game. It was a one-player thing, and it had just the joystick in the middle of it, and you can choose which movie you would do, and one would be a space battle, one would be lightsaber duel, one would be a speed biker race or whatever it was. And I played the shit out of that game. Like, you couldn't find anything like that on any home consoles at the time. But then when this game came out, this was better than that arcade. I mean, it had everything. I mean, I was that guy that went back and bought the 32X back in the day just to play Rebel Assault 32X, and it was wank. But, you know, for its time, it was brilliant, but it's just that it wasn't giving me that arcade experience. And then when this game came out... It wasn't
Rogue Squadron.
No way, dude. Honestly, Rogue Squadron was... Rogue Squadron 2 was on the N64.
Forget there's two.
There's 2 on the N64.
Wasn't there 2 on the GameCube as well?
No,
was it just the one?
No, so Rogue Leader was GameCube, Rogue Squadron was N64.
Oh, okay.
So I played those before, and then again, graphics were fine for the time, but they were. But this game had it all. And, you know, when you redo Hoth, and then you have to dodge the towers on the Death Star. Good God, it was everything I wanted as that Star Wars fan, you know? It was just reliving those movies that I wanted. And the second reason it's on here as well, and I don't know about you, because you're the more Nintendo fanboy than I am, but I miss Nintendo and their Star Wars exclusivity sign with Star Wars. Like one of my favorite games of all.
You see the Lucas green.
Yeah, from the SNES, from the Super Star Wars games,
even Super Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Super Indiana Jones, and then we had one of my favorite Star Wars games of all time on the N64, which is Shadows of the Empire. I fucking love that game.
Again, chef's kiss.
Yes, right. Come on, when you had Hoth for the first time on that console, and you know you're getting your wire around the 8080s and stuff for the first time, but then again you can redo on this as well. I just missed that. And then we had another one of these afterwards. I think you mentioned it, Rebel Strike or something as well. That was Rogue Leader 2 or whatever it was, or Rogue Leader 3.
I can't remember if it was on the GameCube. That's what I'm trying to remember.
And I know I would love Nintendo to come back and do that, because I probably would buy their console for it. They are hugely missing out on this opportunity with the not having the Star Wars exclusivity anymore.
It's weird because even on the Nintendo Wii, you don't see any of that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think the Cube was literally the last one to do it.
And it's that the only every time someone says Rogue Squadron, I still remember back to the trailer. The first time I seen it, or the images, it's basically the X-wing just flying in like slowly with the other, and.
But remember how crystal clear it was, and it wasn't like how I said, it wasn't blocky or anything like that. So you can see the details on that entire X-wing.
I think even PS3 couldn't. I think I might be over exaggerating, but those graphics are insane. Like I was generally like my jaw drops every time I see that. Every time I saw it at that time.
And obviously they've utilized with the sound effects and stuff from the CD aspect to it and whatnot. But good God, it was
and all that on a little piece of shit.
And it was only one disc as well, tiny thing. Bring back mini discs, honestly.
Yeah. But like again, like I feel like that. I know it goes and plays. You get to relive those
events in the movies.
I wanted more from that though. I wanted like a story, a different, maybe even come out of. I don't know. I just felt like there was more. There is a flaw with the game.
There might have been more in the sequels, but I never played them. I only played the first one because, again, this was one that was a launch exclusive for the console at the time as well. So, and I believe I upgraded to the PS3 or whatever it was, years after those sequels come out. So, yeah, unfortunately, I only played that one. But, yeah, it just brings back memories of that arcade.
LucasArts.
The LucasArts symbol and everything, and then back to the other Star Wars exclusives that Nintendo had, and it's such a shame they just don't do it anymore. But hey, it is what it is. Everyone wants Star Wars, and they all want it on all the consoles. So it's probably a good thing it's not just on Nintendo now. But But no, yeah, that's
I'm so glad you mentioned that, dude. I'm so glad because that's one I was.
Well, you mentioned it, I'm like, oh, it's got to be on this list now. Damn it, I'm gonna have another clash.
I had to take it. It's yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 3, Star Wars Rogue Leader. Over to you, sir, for your number 3.
My number 3 is, again, it's been mentioned in previous episodes, but I'm gonna still have to go in it because it's probably the most I've spent and as a co-op game. And probably a fighting game, the most chaotic fighting game.
Number 3.
Before I mention all these,
we all know what it is.
No. There's some of these games are new to me. Like I know it's been on the N64. I've never played the Smash Bros.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
sorry. It is number 3 is Smash Bros. Melee. but I've never these are my first sort of introduction to these type of games. It's even further up the list. There's one more where it's my first sort of game to it. So when I first played this, it was bizarre. And I know, I don't think you're a big fan of it. I've mentioned it to you a couple of times.
So Smash Bros. I've never really
you don't gel with it. But
I think I was playing the better fighting game. It wasn't come at me, guys. But yeah,
it's an esport game. It's a competitive.
I know, but then it wasn't.
It isn't still now.
I know Melee. It is now. Get on with it.
But anyway, so it's. I think went into detail in the previous episode. Check that out. It does something what nowadays fighting games I think lacks, where you get to unlock characters, whereas now it's reduce amount of characters. Pay the next sort of season pass, get these 2 characters. Whereas this, every characters that you have to unlock has a certain type of way to unlock them. Be it, you got to go through the roster of characters with Mario. At the end, you unlock Luigi.
So you're grinding it, essentially. Yeah.
But some of them are ridiculous. Like to get Mewtwo, you'll have to fight as certain characters for, I can't remember the digits of it, 99 times or something ridiculous. So it's over the top, and those kind of sort of arcadey sort of aspect is what draws me to Melee. The reason why I would say it's more higher up than the other ones, as in the other fighting game, because I didn't play any other fighting games. This is the pure fighting game that I really played, and it was a co-op. Every time, if you come on the Saturday, Sunday to my house, all you hear is that's all you hear in my house that time.
What was it again? How it go?
That's all it was. It's chaotic, and it's basically those of you. How do you know how Smash Bros work, right? You damage them up, and until they get to a 300, and then they do super punch, and they go flying off the screen. So there's something.
But it's a beautiful thing because they literally just fly off.
Into the screen. Into the screen. They fall off, swipe onto the screen, and there's a custom mode which what we always played. We always made our own sort of, not rules. So you set the lives at already 300%. So one little hit, they go. Psh. So we set that to 300. It's super sudden death, and everyone gets 99 lives.
Right.
And it's chaos. It's the last one standing wins, and then we customize it to our favorite sort of air weapons, like power ups, and that was our weekends. I've solely played hours and hours of that. And by doing that, I'm going back, shifting, doing arcade mode to unlock the characters, and also intertwined with all that, you get to unlock almost like these trophies that Nintendo bring out now, like amiibos.
Yeah.
So and then you have this sort of in virtual in the game. You can go into it and you have a look at all these things that you unlocked, and it's on a pile like this on a table, and then you can actually get it and interact, and you have a little an archive of the Nintendo stuff. It could be characters to little weapons, and that's game.
So Melee was one that I would always play around my friend because I never had the game. Always enjoyed it. Who was your character? Who did you play?
I think
on that game, that version of it.
Game, I'm gonna have to say Ganondorf.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think because he was my guy.
That was Kirby.
Kirby, he's such a badass.
I beat him with Kirby.
Did you?
Just telling
You
you.
never played me with Kirby.
I did.
No, because there's very technical characters. I think you like I couldn't master Falco. He's basically a faster version.
Good character, but it's too far.
Some of them are like different rip-off of a different skin, basically, but faster, stronger. But yeah, my guy was.
But like you say, so chaotic. I mean, it would take you months to master a character, and then you'd have to move on to the next one.
And this is again, I keep saying this every episode I talk about Melee. The fighting games are not like that no more.
No, they're not.
Like and again, the rosters are different characters. I think I'll probably get the characters wrong. Like MGS, Solid Snake is in. I'm sure he's in this one, or or is it the one after?
No, he's in the original.
And then Pokemon, even like all crazy characters on one battlefield, insane. And again, you don't get any fighting games to that level, and that the roster as well. I always love a huge roster of characters to play around with. That's why it's up there.
And it's kept it ever since, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you say it's the OG?
I think for me, I would say the Brawl is good. No, for me.
Was that on the Wii? Yeah.
Wii,
okay.
yeah.
But this is Melee, yeah.
Melee, yeah. I think Melee's my one.
Nice. Okay.
Better Street Fighter. Oh, I'm joking.
Why did you invite him back in?
I'm joking.
You've got to let him have it at some point. God. I mean, it probably is bigger than Street Fighter now in honesty, but
it's true. It's true.
Howard, number 3, third-person shooter.
I'm a big comic book fan.
No.
Dun, dun, dun.
Growing up, I enjoyed homegrown comic books such as 2000 AD and Judge Dredd, who was a particular character from 2000 AD. And in 2003, they released Judge Dredd versus Death.
They did, yes.
Yes. Now, this was a no-brainer for me because obviously being a character that I love and a comic book computer game on a console that was producing such beautiful games. It was a first-person shooter, and
it was first person.
It was first person.
Oh, okay.
What's it called? Judge Dredd versus Death?
Dredd versus Death.
Dredd versus Death.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, to get it now,
It must be over.
I never knew this was first person.
I mean, was it released on PlayStation? I don't know. Xbox, again, backwards compatibility, you probably won't be able to get hold of it. But if you can find a version of it, I'd recommend you play it. The only downside was the story was good. The graphics weren't so hot. The cutscenes were. They put a bit of money into it. Rebellion, who was the company that had 2000 AD at the time.
They still make games now.
Still making games now, but this was one of the first examples of games that they were churning out from that camp. And that they tried their best, but it didn't quite render properly. So when you're looking at Mega City 1 as a backdrop, and you know, even with the Stallone film or the Cole Urban film, you look at Mega City 1, you just think, wow, this is absolutely stunning. If only they could produce a decent computer game. Yeah, this was one of the ones that wasn't so hot. But, I mean, from a playability point of view, lots of action, lots of shooting.
Gory?
It is a bit gory, but then the world of Judge Dredd is pretty much on that knife edge of being... not kiddie friendly. Obviously, the Stallone film was made for more of a family audience. Did
it have like a comic booky feel? Or?
It was very comic booky, yeah. So it had all of your primary colours, and Dredd looked like Dredd. He was the Judge Dredd of the comic books, and you had Judge Anderson and Hershey. The lawmaster, the lawgiver, so all of his bike and his weapon, it was all present and it all looked good. But yeah, as you sort of progressed through the game, that's where it began to break down. It just couldn't keep up.
They clearly had like a tight budget for it or something.
Yeah, it was a tight budget and it couldn't keep up with itself. But I mean, I enjoyed it purely from the point of view of that you had all of these iconic kind of visual characters from the comic book. Sort of street punks, and I think there was undead vampires, and there was zombie type characters. There was the fatties where you had to take down these people. One of the aspects that I really loved about it was that you had a law meter, so that you basically had to keep arresting and booking people in order to keep this meter going. Otherwise, you go down a level because you start off. I had to write this down. So you start off as a cadet, you work your way through to rookie, then street judge, then you can become a senior judge, and then obviously because he's so iconic, you'd move up to judge.
Oh, so you're actually starting as Dredd when he's young.
Well, not as when you're young, but your status, basically, you go through a tutorial, again, much like any of these kind of first-person shooters. So it teaches you how to use the gun, arrest people, make your way through certain scenarios. And then, your level, your starting level,
okay,
you
it's
work
like a
your
level
way
system.
through.
Okay,
even though you are Judge Dredd.
Oh, right.
But another aspect of this, it had multiplayer as well. So it was the arcade version and then the multiplayer.
Right.
I never got to play the multiplayer because I never had enough.
Never had it. That's the problem.
Yeah, and there was never enough people who really wanted to play this type of game.
I'd be well up for that, mate.
Well,
Right.
and
I'm
this is the
actually
thing.
intrigued. I didn't even know.
I think now, if you can find an emulator for it, I think it will probably look quite decent because some of these emulators upgrade the graphics ever so slightly. So if they can just refine it, I think it would be a pretty decent looking game.
Yeah, I mean, I knew of the game, but I never actually played it. I used to have the Stallone one that came out on the Mega Drive and SNES.
Yeah, no, the Stallone one, it was good. But
that was a Metroidvania type.
Yeah, it was your
style,
standard
wasn't it?
kind of scrolling platformer, wasn't it?
But Judge Dredd first person, that just sounds like peanut butter and jam sandwich. It sounds
mate,
perfect.
It's brilliant, and like I said, the story was very, very good. It loosely followed the Dark Judges. So you had Judge Death, Judge Mortis, Judge Fire, and Judge Fear, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, by any other name, making their way to the world of Mega City 1 from what was it called? Death World, I think. No, Dead World. Making their way from Dead World because they judged society on Dead World. Basically killed them all, and then they were making their way across the universe to judge life across the universe. So they've made their way to Mega City 1. So it follows that storyline, which was introduced in the comic books. Dredd has to dispense with the first three lesser judges, and then he's got Judge Death left, and he makes his way to Dead World, and he fights his way through all these zombies and these undead characters. And Anderson,
That sounds awesome, man.
Oh no, it's pretty good.
I know, right?
Anderson and some of the other side judges go with him, and essentially the plot is that they must trap Death within the psychological embodiment of Judge Anderson because she's the only side judge powerful enough to contain the spirit of death.
Is it third person, first person?
No, first person.
He said.
First person.
Okay.
Yeah, but some decent cutscenes. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of again when I was reviewing this, I had to go back and look at it because I was thinking, is it a better game than I remember? It is a good game. It just doesn't. It's not as visually stunning as some of the other ones on our list here.
But yeah, but still, if you liked it, then
Oh yeah, I loved dispensing justice.
Yes, get that law meter up, mate.
And it had a banging soundtrack, and
did it really?
yeah, it came out in the years where The Matrix had just got its sequels.
A bit cyberpunk sort of style.
It was very cyberpunky, yeah. So you had a bit of Rob Duggan thrown in there and all that type of music. So I think it was the elements of the comic book, the character, the gameplay, the soundtrack. It all came together for me with this game. But yeah, very, very, very good game.
Nice.
If you can find it, play it. Highly recommended.
Excellent. So it still didn't itch that GoldenEye yet.
Nothing.
Because we're in first person mode now, you said?
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
All right, then let's go to the number twos.
Number 2.
So my number 2, this might be a shocker to both of you, especially this guy sitting next to me. But I do have quite a good few memories with this game. And I know for a fact it's not going to be on your list. So I'm quite glad I'm going to take this. But my number 2 is Star Fox Adventures.
What?
Yes.
Dude,
Do you ever play it?
dude, that game is sick.
Right?
Dude, it's so
But-
frowned upon. I don't understand why.
Again, it's the most hated
It's
Star
the-
Fox game ever made.
It's the one where it's like he comes out of the ship and you. Dude, I generally I never got to complete it, but I love that game.
This is if Star Fox was a Zelda game, isn't it? Right?
Damn.
But we aren't used to that as a Star Fox game. If anyone knows Star Fox from Nintendo, it's basically on a ship, a tank, or a submarine all the time. You never have Star Fox out of his ship or exploring, and this game actually does it. But let's go to the story side of it. So basically, Star Fox has been given a mission from now General Pepper.
Yes.
Because he's now high up now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mr. Pepper. And basically, he has to go on to, what's the planet called? Saria?
All I know is some colourful planet.
Yeah, so it's a planet that's filled with dinosaurs and amphibians and all that sort of stuff. But the problem is that this planet is actually falling apart. There are parts of this planet that are in orbit, so Star Fox needs to go there and piece them back together to save this planet and all the creatures that live amongst it. Now, every time you played a Star Fox game or a level in that game, you were on a planet and you were going there and you would go and just fly past these things, shoot a few things, and do a boss at the end, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But you never really got the grips of what the planet was actually look like or why you were saving the planet, right? This one goes full detail in it, and that's what I love about this. But I never knew that this was an actual game before it was Star Fox Adventures. Did you know that?
What do you mean? Like,
So Rare are the guys that made Star Fox games, Lilac Wars, whatever you want to call them. And they actually approached Nintendo with a game called Dinosaur Planet.
okay.
And it was about a fox that goes around and, does a Zelda style
Okay.
thing. And then Nintendo were like, well, we kind of need a Star Fox game to come out because it's our next console, yeah? And we don't have a Star Fox game in the pipeline. So what Nintendo says, right, you can have the game, but you got to put Star Fox in it. So they just basically bleached over it and put Star Fox in as the protagonist and this other random character. You can find footage of it on YouTube. It's
and then a couple of
utterly
years
crazy.
later, they did the same with Starlink.
Did they?
Yes,
they did.
The little toy.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
right.
oh, yeah, let's throw...
But again, we can explore this and we can do missions and we can have
such a-
this little
wow.
sidekick and everything.
So I never played this game. Is it Fox McCloud?
It is actually Fox McCloud, yeah.
and
So-
his little companions and
Companion,
Yeah.
was it Trixie? I can't remember. This little psychic dinosaur, which was the most annoying thing in the world. But you had to have him for certain parts of the game to progress into it. Now, what I love about this game is that the main villain in this is General Scales, I think his name is. It's just this massive, like lizard-looking humanoid, if you would, sort of thing. And he always gets in the way. But if you're that Star Fox guy, there was something about him you just clicked. Like, I think this can't be General Scales. There's something about this. Why is it this planet? Why is this planet, coming apart and everything? Turns out at the very end of the game that he is in fact Andros, which is the Star Fox main villain of all the other games.
I don't find it, yeah.
So, like I said, when we played this game, when you play the other games, you're just flying, aren't you? This one, you're not. But at the very end of the game, you actually get to fly and take him out like you normally would in a Star Fox game.
Oh, nice.
Because when Rare had built this game, Dinosaur Planet, they never had an ending and never got that far. So that's why Nintendo were like, Andros has got to be in it somehow. You have to throw hints in it, and obviously
So the payoff on all quarters is that you have the character, you have the ending, and you get to fly the ship.
exactly, and you
Right.
still get to fly the ship. You
And
don't
you still
get to do
have
it as much.
But is it like fully Zelda style? Like get your hearts
Absolutely,
up,
everything.
get your weapon.
Yeah, everything. You have like this staff that has to connect
Yeah.
the pieces
'Cause I
back
could've-
together and everything. You've got the psychic, which is like the fairy in Ocarina of Time and all that.
I mean, this sounds great. Why was it so maligned?
Because people wanted the next Lilac Wars. That's what they wanted, and they didn't get it. Because they were like, Star Fox doesn't belong in a Zelda game. He belongs in a space shoot 'em up.
Yeah, but
It's weird.
I have a
It's
problem with
just
that
like-
because I always imagine that if Fox McCloud became a character in a cartoon, he'd be like the Bucky O'Hare type of character.
Yeah.
So you get to fly and you actually get to
Yeah.
This
shoot
is
a
it.
gun and fight aliens. And
People wanted the do the barrel roll and all that, so but they never got it, and it was so underrated. And I remember playing this, thinking, I don't see what the issue was
Yeah.
with it. I kind of like this different aspect to
I loved it.
Star Fox
For
games.
some reason, I had to put it aside. Another game came out, and I can't remember which. But I remember just enjoying it. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so
So
good."
I never realized this game had a sequel, and it's called Star Fox Assault. And I've never played it, so I couldn't put it on the list. So I
Same
can't
style?
even. I don't know, but I heard that it was panned even worse than this, and they obviously haven't made a Star Fox game. They remade Star Fox 64 for the 3DS, didn't they? And then is Starlink a Star Fox game?
No, not really.
It's
no.
not, is it? So, but we still haven't got any.
to be honest,
we haven't
like-
had one for the Wii, the Wii U,
Yeah.
or the Switch.
If I want a Star Fox game, I want a bit of flying and a bit of exploration like this
Yeah,
game.
but this was
That's
more
me.
exploration than that.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So,
So I want both worlds. You know.
but yeah, I mean, I can't deny this. I think this is the one that's the under the radar one.
Completely. I think that it gets panned so many times.
Or people that have just got into Nintendo franchises and know about Star Fox don't know about this game. And I think it needs to be said, but I remember having a lot of fun with this. I'm not going to lie. It was another one there that was on the Blockbuster counter. I thought, I'll give it a go since Star Fox. And then it was totally flabbergasted. It was completely something different. And I just, to this day, still stick to it. It was one of my favorites of all time. But yeah, that's my number 2. Nice. Over to you then, sir.
My number 2.
You didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't. I'm glad you mentioned it because that's going to be my honorable mention. But it's only annoying part is I didn't complete. It's one of those games I wish, I'd given it more time and completed. But I did genuinely love the whole
the
concept.
problem with the game was that when you do the flying mission at the very end, you can tell that was thrown in last minute.
Oh, was it? Was it
It just feels totally different compared to the rest of the game.
Okay.
But yeah, go for it, go on.
My number 2 it's a game again. It's my first sort of. I have played it, but I never played it on N64. It has a little equipment called Flood. I don't know if anyone knows it.
No.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Right. I played this once.
This is probably my most hated Mario game ever.
Dude, come on, man.
I mean, beautifully, it's
Oh,
great,
mate.
but I could not get to grips with the whole jetpack water thing and all that palaver. And
Man, I'd love
taking graffiti. No, I just. I don't think it suited Mario. Do you remember when the Switch came out and I said to you, I can't do Odyssey because it's a gimmick with the hat and thing?
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah.
This is why, because
Okay,
Mario
okay.
Sunshine took it away from me.
So do you reckon the 64 was the OG?
100% Mario 64.
And then
is the
everything
OG.
that came out. Okay, I'll get you now.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I mean, they tried. It was something.
Yeah.
Okay,
Again,
but
I'm coming from my background. I played Mario World and all that. I skipped Mario 3D.
Because you didn't have,
And then I went into this one and I was like, whoa.
No, man, it's your pick. I'm not going to. Go.
And, my background on platform games are like Jack and Dexter, Crash Bandicoot.
Yes, yeah.
So this is my first sort of Nintendo.
Yeah, I thought it would be on someone's list, but yeah.
I think it's got to be. It's highly rated, man. It's so good. I mean, I don't even need to talk about the graphics. It just pops. It literally just pops. So it's like it's a beach sort of paradisey place, and basically this entity or some sort of invisible thing starts.
It's polluting the island, isn't it?
By graffitiing everywhere, and you as Mario have this sort of equipment. I can't remember off the top of my head, and he just goes and squirting on these a machine that comes over his head. This little pump called Flood, and he just squirting, and he just clean up town basically. Did you know this is the first Mario game that Mario doesn't save Princess Peach?
Is it really?
Wow,
okay.
It's not about that. And it's the introduction of Mini Bowser, Junior Bowser.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was saying Small Bowser was in
little baby.
Super Mario 3.
No, this is.
You're talking about I know the one. Yes, I know
yeah.
the one you're talking about. Yeah.
So, yeah. I quite like, if you look at the enemy, I don't know what his name is. He's some sort of he looks like, what's the Terminator that...
T-1000.
Yeah. It's basically he's like...
It's like a grey looking thing,
weird.
isn't it? Yeah.
And then he's just causing menace. I think he's hired or doing something with the little Junior Bowser, and he's just causing. I just remember just having so much fun, just going around. It's a traditional Mario game.
But I remember the water pack wasn't just to get rid of graffiti. You could jump.
you
could glide high. Or,
Yeah.
you not glide, but you can stay up for a little.
So you got to drain the water.
Yeah, you have to take the water and fill it up and use it. Yeah,
and then you go higher.
then you can jump higher and stuff like that. Yeah.
I thought it was. I see what you mean. The gimmick. I get that, but I think I didn't.
It just doesn't. For me, it doesn't feel like Mario.
No,
I don't know why. I know it is a Mario game, staple game for that console, but because I played it when the console came out, right? And then, so I believe the Switch re-released Super Mario 64, but it was with the bundle, wasn't it? So you had Galaxy, you had Sunshine, and you had Mario 64. So I went back and replayed it on that for the Switch. Do you remember? It was it was Mario's birthday or something. It was like the 35th anniversary of Mario, whatever it was.
You get all three of them,
and that's it, all three of them. So I went back and replayed it, and I was like, I can't. And now I know why I can't get into this game. There's something about it.
Really?
I don't know what it is. It probably is my most hated Mario.
So what, would you say Galaxy is better than?
100% Galaxy's way better than it.
Because they don't have that gimmick.
No, I don't know what it is. Like you said, the bad guy is just pollution. It's not really. a staple bad guy, like
It's
a Bowser
graffiti
sort
in
of
the
thing.
walls, man. You got to go around
No,
cleaning the fucking...
see, I don't like. See, Mario's a plumber. He's not a graffiti guy that goes around and.
Well, he's
gets rid
got a
of
little
graffiti.
pump thing that squirts.
No, it doesn't count, mate. He's to get rid of.
I see. No, 100%. I agree what you're saying, but for me, like, if as the first sort of 3D Mario, I think it's up there, and
That's why I can understand because it was your first 3D Mario.
Yeah,
So yeah, it makes sense.
And you know, going back to what GameCube was good at, it was the colorful and sort of kiddie sort of like every game that Nintendo like their first party games, it pops with color.
Yeah.
And this is something like you look at it like every little level details. Even I love the way the water looks in that game. It's so beautiful to look at.
I do remember when you first go in the level, it's very dark and gringy until you start getting rid of and then it like it starts popping again. Yeah,
it's gimmicky, but I think I loved it.
Well, no, it makes sense because like you said, it's a staple to your first 3D Mario. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's why it's my number 2.
Nice.
And we had to get a Mario on.
Yeah. Our actual Mario should have done it for you, mate.
No, fuck him.
Oh, right. Cut the camera.
He should have turned up for this episode.
Right. Howard, number 2.
Well, on my epic quest to find the successor to GoldenEye, we finally land on 2004's GoldenEye Rogue Agent.
Yes, yeah, I remember this.
Is that not a remake? No?
What a sack of shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
no. Was it a remake?
Wasn't it on the 64 then and the Cube? Or am I thinking of a different one?
No, I think the Cube was the first.
Oh, right. Okay.
Did it
It's not
have
the
the
one I'm- it's
pause
not one I'm
menu
thinking of
banging soundtrack?
Yeah, the soundtrack slapped. I'm not gonna say that it didn't. Yeah, because it I can't
You got to play that. That's such a
I can't
sick.
remember the name of the guy that got on board for this. It'll come back to me. But yeah, no, the soundtrack
Okay.
was excellent. It's one of the main draws to this game. First person shooter. Developed by EA Games. You basically take the role of an ex-MI6 agent. So I say the word X because he's just a disgraced agent. His nickname is GoldenEye because he had his right eye shot out by, I think it was by Dr. No.
Of course.
From the very first
The
James
connection.
Bond, in the film universe, the very first film. He is employed by Auric Goldfinger, the Goldfinger from the film Goldfinger, to assassinate his rival, Dr. No. Now, bear in mind that in another universe...
So this is not canon at all, then?
Well, basically, I look at it as a multiversal version of James Bond. You're playing somebody who is not James Bond with all of these characters who died, but now they're all kind of vying for this top spot for this organisation that, again, is not Spectre. But yeah, Auric Goldfinger employs you to kill Dr. No, and then the chaos ensues from there, really.
Is it Squid now instead of Spectre?
Yeah, let's call them Squid. Yeah, they've gone to Squid. You've got appearances from Pussy Galore, Odd Job, Xenia Onatop, and Francisco Scaramanga. So basically, all of these characters who died in other films, they're all now present in this one film, fulfilling other roles.
It sounds like they're making up as they go along.
Oh, they did, yeah. They did. And it was a really big letdown. The gameplay's boring. The only thing really is, like you said, is the soundtrack. And you've got Judi Dench and, it's the only saving grace. And you've got Judi Dench and Christopher Lee reprising their roles as M and Scaramanga to do voiceover.
So it's not the 00 game that we want.
It's not the 00 game that we want.
The fact it was a 00 game couldn't
The
replace
search
the other 00
continues.
game.
The search continues.
The search continues, unfortunately. I've got nothing else really to say.
That's higher up than all others.
No.
Vendetta sounds better than
No, because he bought
yes. Okay.
The one footnote that I've written at the bottom of my notes is that I would rather play GoldenEye. Is it a visually good-looking game? No, not really. It's pretty boring.
Fair play, mate.
But it's on my list.
But it's on the list. It made the list.
It made the list.
Nice. On that note, then, should we go to number ones?
Yes.
Let's
do it.
do it.
It's number 1.
I keep forgetting I'm first. I'm never first. Right. So my number 1 is no stranger. You know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
but because you've already mentioned it and it wasn't on your list, so I'm going to keep it.
Go for it.
Resident Evil 4. It was
Has to be.
There's a few reasons for it. So it was the OG. Again, this was simply exclusive to Nintendo.
What a fucking
but did you
exclusive.
know why it was an exclusive for Nintendo?
No way.
So according to this, Capcom actually asked Sony, said to Sony, "We've got Resi 4 ready for you. We're going to go into development." And they said, "No, we want Devil May Cry first." So that's why they put it aside and said Nintendo can have it. So
What, Devil May Cry, which one? Number 2?
well, I mean 1 or 2 probably.
Fuck.
So yeah, so they
Well,
said
it's not a big deal, but...
no, but it went to PlayStation 2 eventually. So
What arseholes? They could be like, yeah, give me that, and then give me Devil May Cry next
and
year.
this is what I don't get, because this was the company that birthed Resident Evil
Yeah, so
before it went on to the other consoles, didn't
It's
it?
their IP.
And they were like, no, we like this Devil May Cry thing. Let's have that first.
Don't get me wrong, Devil May Cry is sick.
Of course it is, yeah.
But Resi 4?
But I never knew that was the case. I just thought Nintendo had made a deal with Capcom and to like put on there.
No, fucking hell.
But,
They're probably, yeah.
But yeah, for most people, Resident Evil 4 is the one. It's the
OG.
granddaddy, OG, whatever.
It changed the franchise, everything.
And it definitely made. I mean, I'm still a big fan of the first Resi. That will be my favorite of all time. But this is a close second to it. Well, this is the reason why I got the console, because I knew this was coming here and I wanted to play this so badly. But if you don't know the storyline for it, so Leon Kennedy has accepted a mission to retrieve the president's daughter.
Yeah.
And it's off like some weird out in the village nowhere in Spain. Well, I'm not scared of. And they're all infected, but when you're the player of the previous games, like Leon Kennedy, from Resident Evil 2, you're thinking that these guys are infected with the T virus or another virus that Umbrella has conjured up. And no, it's actually like some sort of parasite that is...
Yeah.
Because it's like a mind controlling parasite, isn't it, if you will?
And then because before in the beginning you're shooting the heads, and they're like, okay, fine. As the game develops, you pop their heads, and some sort
then
of
all these
centipede
tentacles
pops up.
come out.
You're like,
and
what
then,
the fuck?
Oh, mate, absolutely terrified. And this is the thing, because all
And the
the other
centipedes
games
start flying.
yeah, and then because you go to this place during the day, so like I'm not scared of any of this. Fuck this, guys.
Oh, what? You coming behind me?
You're gonna come at me, just shoot you, whatever. And how they, let's do a Spinal Tap and turn up to 11 and crap your
dark.
pants during the day. It's so dark, and what you can do to these guys. And then the guy with a massive chainsaw pops up, and you're like, because he doesn't die. He doesn't die if you think about
that
it.
That village scene bit is just intense.
But yeah, that whole part.
Because you're like, what's going on? They keep coming, they come
Yeah.
back. You don't realize when your first time you're playing, it's like timed.
Yes.
It happens for like a certain like.
And then they hear the church bells and go away, isn't it? Yeah.
Like,
So you're just kind of running away every time, aren't you? But the thing with this, when you progress the story more, I totally forgot about this, that Leon himself gets infected, doesn't he? So it's an even bigger timescale to like save the president's daughter and find a cure for yourself at the same time. But you were talking about the fixed cameras for the remake. Mm-hmm. This is all gone now. We can actually move our camera. More freedom. We actually have still in third person, but it's actually behind you now. You can look above and turn around and whatnot.
In a way, like as obviously not this one, the next one that comes on, you kind of get less scared. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have.
I disagree with that one.
I think not after this one. The next one,
the next
5,
ones.
It becomes more.
Yeah,
action.
5 and 6 definitely yes.
Whereas this one does it well, and then they just
utilizes it definitely. But the bosses as well are fantastic. The first boss you come across, that one in that massive lake, still scares you. You take him out on the little boat and stuff.
Oh yeah. You know there's some shit in there.
Oh, dude, it's a Resident Evil game. There's something in there, right? But do you remember? They're not essentially bosses, but there are creatures in this that still terrify me to this day. And the ones with the leeches.
And then it's just... You
have to shoot them specifically. You have to get the thermo thing on your sniper to find it. And they walk around the corner going...
Is it the one with the teeth?
That's it, yeah.
That's the one in the remake where I was like shook.
And he pulls you along and stabs you with his own spikes and stuff. Good God, absolutely terrifying stuff. But when this game came out... it re-released, like I said, they re-released it on the PlayStation 2, but the PlayStation 2 had the chainsaw controller, which I had.
Did you really?
And I absolutely had it.
Did you? How could you even play with that?
Because I got rid of it. I had it.
Did you
I
actually?
should have kept it because it was it was for the PlayStation. It wasn't for the GameCube. But I didn't realize how valuable it was going to be now because it's like in the thousands that controller now. I'm so stupid for it. That was it. It also was the first Resident Evil game to do quick time events.
Yes, yeah. You gotta tap
the boulders, and you have to tap it.
The little action pack sort of thing in it.
And the big troll guy that has the massive parasite that comes out of it. Just, oh my... I could go on about this game all day. The Merchants! That's it.
What are you... I was waiting.
The first game to have a merchant in it.
What are you buying?
And what are you buying?
Yeah, and you get up... Did
What
it
are you
have
selling?
upgrades in the other ones? It did, didn't it? Yeah.
I think it did, but you had to find them. You couldn't
But
just
you never had to get the money to buy...
Yeah, exactly.
Hence why the
This was
merchant-
all introduced into this one now. And it's been going on ever since. I mean, even Resident Evil 8 has it now. What a revolutionary game. I mean, you can't think Resident Evil without Resident Evil 4. It is a staple on it. And Nintendo GameCube done it first. And I can't deny that, this was the big reason why I solely bought this console.
And it's not a short game. Like, you think...
No.
I felt like when you get to the castle, here we go. But that's like almost like a halfway point. It goes and goes. You're like, what the hell? It's a massive...
And it was another 2-discer as well.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, absolutely terrifying game. Still one of the favorites, and the remake is phenomenal as well. But it all stapled from this game at the end of the day. That was on this tiny little box, and made the game. Because again, we mentioned the other two were on there, but it was still the older games. So the massive leap from this 3D fixed camera to 3D, you can explore yourself now.
Such a. Did you?
I'm very surprised it wasn't on your list. Very surprised.
I didn't want to have 2 Resis on it.
No.
So
we tried to do one per franchise, don't we?
And this was an opportunity to... And again, I went for feeling at the time that's what made me get the console. So I don't know. I don't think... There was rumours of 4 at the time. I think this came out and then they're like, oh, we're working on 4 and then 4 came. So I just remember seeing the images of Resi 1 and I was
if you bought Resident Evil Remaster, it had a little thing inside, like a postcard that said 4 on it.
Really?
And that's how people knew 4 was coming. Because again, if you look at the earlier footage for Resi 4, because it was going to be built for the PlayStation, it's a totally different game.
Is it?
Honestly, because all on YouTube, you can see it for yourself and then you go, yeah, you can tell there was a big difference for it. But yeah, that's my number 1. What's yours there?
My number 1.
Number 1
is Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Of course it was.
Come on, man. OG, man. Listen. Toon Link slaps. Come on, man.
I think this is the worst looking Zelda game ever made, yeah.
Controversial.
I don't like the style of it.
You heard it here first.
Dude, come on. Have some...
Carry on, though. Carry on.
I don't think... You haven't even played it, so I don't...
I've not played it, but I know what it looks like.
So you can't say
it's basically if Zelda was Parappa the Rapper.
No, come
yes,
on, man.
It is.
No, come on.
Come on.
No, it's not.
Comment below. Let me know if you agree on that
bro,
statement.
You're gonna get trolled.
I want comments.
Nice. So,
carry on though.
Yeah. So it's basically, like I said, controversial because they've chosen a like I said, Nintendo's always kid friendly, and they went through this sort of from Ocarina. I think Twilight Princess was after that.
That was the Wii one, yeah.
Very sort of like, not adult theme, but more like a darker theme to, like a tune, like it's very like cell shaded. I love the artwork for this. Like I was fascinated about all the character details. Like when they do like a walkthrough, and they have the little painted pictures of the illustrated by the artist. I love the way they designed Ganondorf in this. Every boss, it just there's something like just something simplistic about the artwork that just it's from the artwork to 3D cell shading. Just it like talks to me very well in that the way it looks. And obviously you got it's basically a Zelda story, but an open world, first sort of open world element into it, because you have like a ship that you sail across like different islands with the generic sort of Zelda trope. So you can go into this sort of volcanic thing, and there's a dungeon in there, and the sort of usual things. But this time, open. I think not open. I think a bigger open world than the previous ones. Whereas I think the other elements were like open world-ish, but not as massive as this. And I think I've still listened to the soundtrack. The Cell soundtrack. When you pop open the cells, and then there's a little certain sort of soundtrack that comes on. It's one of my favorites. There's not much to.
I don't know. When I was seeing that game, I was just waiting for Link to go kick, punch. It's all in
No,
the
come on,
mind.
man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
But you're gonna look at it now and go,
Don't do that. Don't do that. And
"You want to take me? Open your mind."
did you know?
Dude,
Oh,
give me
sorry.
two.
Like, there was only 2 games. I believe 2 games that you can connect your Game Boy to your
The Game Boy
GameCube.
Advance, wasn't it?
And this was one of them where you can be playing, and there'll be a map, and there's
That's
a
right.
little guy. There's a little guy called.
It's like a mini thing it does, isn't it? Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. So that was pretty unique.
Nice. So Legend of Zelda.
Not Papa the Rapper. Don't say it, man. Don't say it.
Papa the Rapper, Wind
No.
Waker.
I have to do this.
Good pick, mate. Come on in, Howard. What's
The Hunt for GoldenEye.
the hunt for GoldenEye replacement?
So
Here we go.
My final
day.
entry in my quest to replace GoldenEye on the GameCube, first released in 1999, developed by Sega. It is the racing video game Crazy Taxi.
Yay!
Crazy Taxi.
Hey, everybody, it's Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, by this stage I've kind of given up.
Well, if I can understand, mate, how scarred you were from the last one. So, yeah.
I sacked that off, and I thought, do you know what? When I first played Crazy Taxi, it was in this. Oh, what was it? I think it was called Subs at the time, but it was a faux nightclub in Maidstone in Kent. And it was very grungy, very heavy metal-y. But there was this one bloody arcade machine in the corner, and it was Crazy Taxi.
I
Love this
Oh,
game.
I fell in love with it, and they released it on the GameCube, and I mean, nothing has changed. Literally nothing has changed. They've ported over the whole thing. You go through the tutorial, and then basically you need to get from point A to point B without killing
Make
your
money.
passenger. Make as much cash as you possibly can.
Within the time limit, isn't
60
it?
seconds,
Yeah,
right?
in the time limit, yeah. No, I think you could set your time limit,
Okay.
but without crashing, killing yourself or your passenger, and that's it. That is the premise of the entire
No,
game.
you lose money if you crash.
Oh, no, you do. Yeah, you lose
seconds
money.
or.
And
Yeah, if you scrape the car, the money
yeah,
declines.
yeah.
doesn't
and
it?
if if your fare complains as well,
Yeah.
so if the passenger complains or you don't get them to the place on time, you do lose money. But what does it have? And
A banging soundtrack.
it does have a banging soundtrack.
It does. Offspring's in it, isn't it?
Offspring, Bad Religion.
Yeah.
I can see that guy in the corner there.
It's
he's loving it.
Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, crazy. There's
Here
not a
we
lot
go.
I can really say about this. As soon as it was released on the GameCube, it was a no-brainer, and it just happened to be the final game that I bought for the GameCube.
Was it not a split screen as well?
No.
I swear it was.
No, I think the second one might have been, not the
Yeah.
first one. Definitely not the
From
first
memory, I'm going to say no, but don't hold me to that. It's very possible that it could have been, but comment below if you
Let us
better.
know.
Yeah,
I just love the art cover. I mean, I love. I love any sort of art cover. It's just simple orange.
Yeah.
Crazy Taxi. It's like,
It
just pops and you're
was
like-
typical of the time that it was released, the late 90s, and the soundtrack embodied what the game was about. And I think because that was very much me at the time, any version of Crazy Taxi, no matter what on what platform, I would have bought it, no matter what. But yeah,
I still would now.
yeah, I would. As
I love
well.
that game.
Yeah, if they released it again, if it's is it on Xbox?
Yes, it
on
is. Yeah,
PlayStation?
yeah.
I think
Okay,
it's even on
backwards
the
compatible.
Switch,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay.
Switch
right.
as well. I think.
Yeah,
I
Switch
swear.
on. Yeah.
Right,
on
then
everything now.
I'm all over that. But yeah, Crazy Taxi. There's not a lot that I can say about this.
No,
game.
we've mentioned it in previous
Yeah, yeah.
episodes anyway
Exactly,
as well.
yeah.
So yeah.
But it's made the list purely because it was the
Your last-
fifth and last game I bought for the GameCube.
It's like the search has gone. It's like, solid. Let's just go for racing now.
Fuck it. Fuck GoldenEye. Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, balls to that. You can't top GoldenEye.
No, you
Tell
can't.
me, you can't top-
Well,
even the
you
good-
could
even-
continue a search in the next console.
Even the Daniel Craig remake they did on the 360 still can't beat that.
No,
So,
can't.
you
And I went
probably
there as well.
don't, but do you have any honorable mentions?
What do you
yes.
mean?
You only had 5.
Correct.
All right, okay. Do you have honorable mentions?
No.
All right. Okay.
Mario's Double Dash.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Mario
Yeah.
Double. Pokemon Colosseum,
course.
Dawn of Darkness, Fire Emblem. Oh, there's quite a few. Obviously, you mentioned Star Wars.
The only one that wasn't been mentioned before was F-Zero.
F-Zero.
Oh,
Yeah.
F-Zero.
There's
F-Zero.
loads. There is quite loads.
Okay.
I can't remember the top of
I
my
mean,
head.
Eternal Darkness, I knew of the game, but I never really played it. Luigi's Mansion, I couldn't get to grips with.
Tales of Symphony.
Luigi's
Tales.
Mansion, that really came into its own on the Wii, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
well-
Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, that was the
GameCube.
exclusive, wasn't it,
Yeah.
for the GameCube?
Again, that one, the graphics.
Oh, yeah,
Quite-
100%, yeah. But yeah, that's it. I think we did pretty well there. Only a couple of clashes on that one. I'm sorry you never found the replacement for GoldenEye, but hey,
Well,
Maybe in the future episodes, who knows?
The search
the
continues.
search
Yeah.
continues, mate. Well, they did re-release it on the Game Pass, so just go back and play the original, mate.
Or just say fuck it and just do crazy text.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But yeah, if you like what you listen to, you guys, please leave a comment below. Let us know. Give us some recommendations, or even tell us your top 5 GameCube games of all time. We'll end it there then, shall we?
Absolutely.
It's obviously like, share, and subscribe as well. It goes a long, long way for all of us. And thank you for hitting that play button. We'll end it there, guys. So yeah, big thank you from myself as Antman.
This is Captain Two Lists
Grey Fox.
And
in the
we'll-
house.
And we'll see you soon. This is probably Gal's last ever episode.
I'll be back.
He'll be back. Thank you, guys. Good night.